Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and we're starting on the home screen today because I'm going to show you some navigation stuff. Because there's a new event live in the arena that I'm really excited to do, and that's Standard 2020. Standard 2020 reads, behold the new meta and earn set mastery EXP. There's a lot to love about this new event. Thing number one, Teferi Hero of Dominaria and Goblin Chain Whirler are banned. Yes. So, of course, it's immediately the greatest format available to play in the arena, but the navigation's a little funky. You see it here on this menu. You don't see it here for the next 38 minutes while the courtside brawl is ending. By the time you guys see this video, it'll probably be right here. But anyway, if we go into all play modes, we see that there is a ranked standard 2020 and a play standard 2020. So let's go check this out. Each are different events, and the options to play it in ranked and improve your constructed ranking is a really cool addition that I'm really happy about. If you want to build a deck, the best way to build a deck rather than use the filters here is to just go into the event and hit the plus or hit the plus right here, and it will automatically filter out the cards that you can't use. So I'm going to go into edit decks. Another interesting thing about this format is the rewards we got from the Brawl event are available to be played with. So I've got Order of the Midnight, Savvy Hunter, Sir Conrad the Grim, and the Inspiring Veteran. These are all available to be played with right now in the event. You can build decks around them, which is something I'm going to get to doing on my stream immediately after I record this. So I'm going to have some decks with the new cards, but it's funky because Throne of Eldraine is not a filter that you can use when using the deck builder to add the cards to your deck. That's why I recommend going into the event, then into here, and then searching for these cards, or you can search for them in the regular deck builder. But you won't see them in filters. So if you try to filter out all the sets that are rotating, Ixalan through Core Set 2020, you won't see these cards either. So it's just kind of a strange thing. Plus, it's not really well posted somewhere what the cards are. Here they are: Order of the Midnight, Savvy Hunter, Sir Conrad the Grim, Inspiring Veteran. Put in comments if I forgot one. I feel like I did, and the only way to find these was by slowly, carefully clicking through every single screen. So yeah. But yeah, I'll have some new brews around these cards in the very near future for the regular play queue. Let's jump over to the ranked play queue, where once again, I just kind of woke up, threw together a deck. I've got a stream. So I'll be brewing up all kinds of new stuff. I feel a little embarrassed about what I'm about to play, but I call this dumb red cards. You see, mono red never really dies. It just changes form. And right now, the form that looks potentially the strongest for the new meta is this form built around Cavalcade of Calamity. You've all seen this deck. It's showing up now, and a lot of people like to play it. In rotation, it does lose a few cards, but it keeps most of what it wants. We are losing Lightning Strike. So I've got 4 Skewer the Critics, 4 Shocks, and 2 Heartfires. No lack of little tokens to sacrifice to the Heartfire, which makes this basically a 2-mana 4 damage to anything, which is excellent. Scampering Scorcher, you know, just make a bunch of 1/1s, attack with Chandra's Spitfire, pump the hell out of things. And Thunderkin Awakener is a one of I threw in here because it can bring back the Scorcher, but is also an attacker on its own. It can also bring back a number of your other like 1/1s onto the battlefield, so maybe it's not the worst card to have, but keep in mind that the creature you bring back doesn't trigger the Cavalcade, so it's not a perfect combo. And of course, Runaway Steamkin still in here doing things. Might not be the best card in the deck since it often won't trigger Cavalcade itself, but the way I see the mana boost and the ability of this thing to grow and its presence as a must-kill threat, I still want to run it. Not having Experimental Frenzy feels weird. There's also a number of other ways to build red. Maybe we'll experiment even more with it, with Risk Factor sticking around. Anyway, let's go try some ranked games and see what the "Behold the new meta" was their tagline. Let's go see if the new meta looks much like the old meta, shall we? So the way that the event plays is you play until a loss, but for every 2 wins, you get EXP. And you can enter the event as many times as you like. So it's free, and you can earn a lot of EXP if you can chain wins. So when you lose, you don't miss out on your EXP, so to speak. You just go in and try to win 2 in a row again. So, pretty sweet design for the event. This hand is an easy keep. We're just gonna run away with this game, right? Pelt Collector on turn 1. Let's not and say we didn't. Green creatures, what is this? Red. That Steamkin animation's pretty good. I have to, you know, as a person who hates this card, I have to say I don't mind that Steamkin animation. Our opponent looking gruely. This is a weird play. And I say that because I could play out the Spitfire, but I don't have a lot of ways to trigger it going on. So I think I'm actually better off running out the Steamkin again, so that my Spitfire can make my Steamkin grow bigger. Ah, they did it again. They shocked it twice. They had 2 shocks, and now they're stuck on land. Okay. So Awakener could get in there. I think I'd rather play our Spitfire, and then next turn Awakener can bring back a Steamkin for a little punch in the gut. Yep. Opponent's still a little stuck on the mana. Looks like it might be an easy first ranked win for the red critters if the opponent can't rally. So, Steamkin comes back, Steamkin goes away. Easy. A Cavalcade off the top would be a lot of damage. But that's not what we draw. So we can still shock face. Let's wait to do that in combat because we can get back a Steamkin to do a little bit more damage. And this will trigger the Steamkin and the Spitfire. And hit him really hard. Down to 6. Why not have a Scampering Scorcher join the team? Our opponent could be bringing on the Flame Sweep. Spitfire would live, though. And our opponent kept a hand with Pelt Collector, 2 shocks, but didn't get there on land. It feels bad. Ah, Stomping Ground, the worst possible land to draw. And here's a Spellbreaker. Light up the stage. Nothing should be necessary, though. The Scorch Spitter combined with the Chandra's Spitfire is enough on its own. But that's another deck to explore. Pelt Collector Gruul. Haven't seen Pelt Collector in a long time. Maybe the new meta will treat it better than the old meta. Although Teferi Time Raveler, it's just one of those cards. Does it pass that Teferi Time Raveler test? Quick spoiler break between games. Let me know if you like this format as opposed to an all spoilers video. We're checking out Garruk the Cursed Huntsman, a new card coming from Throne of Eldraine. For 4, a black and a green, this is a legendary planeswalker. Garruk is back, baby. 0 mana, create 2 2/2 black and green wolf creature tokens with, when this creature dies, put a loyalty counter on each Garruk you control. -3 is destroy target creature and draw a card. -6 is you get an emblem with creatures you control. Get +3/+3 and trample. So this is a familiar format with a 6 mana planeswalker, a minus that destroys a thing, a plus or 0 that creates creatures. The interesting thing about Garruk is that when these these wolves have to die for the ultimate to be a possibility. Garruk doesn't plus on Garruk's own. Instead, the 5 loyalty can go up to 6 only if a wolf dies. Now, when you're cranking out wolf tokens, these 2/2s have to die sometime. This is 4 power and toughness a turn, so that's pretty strong. This card's certainly good. The emblem is probably the most awkward part, although it's a pretty sweet permanent emblem of +3/+3 and trample. If you are in a matchup where creature size matters, you will always win. The -3, that having the draw card tacked onto it, does make it significantly better. There's a little bit of card advantage there. It's probably good in Golgari decks 100%, and I'm really excited to play it in Golgari and Sultai. I think that those are the natural homes. I do wonder if you can do like you can just top end your Super Friends deck with something like this. It reminds me a little bit of Ugin, but you get a card when you get the down tick, which makes it very strong. We have this type of planeswalker all over the place in Standard. Is Garruk just the best option? Probably not in Tier 1 Standard. That seems to be all about engines and all about going over the top and doing ridiculous things with scape shift and stuff of that nature. Scape shift is rotating, thank goodness, but I think that Field of the Dead and Golos will simply replace it. So I'm not sold on this for standard, although I could certainly see adding these to a few ramp decks. I think it will show up here and there. I don't think it's in any way broken. I think it's 100% exciting, and I'll definitely be playing it in whatever a new Golgari or Sultai mid-range deck looks like after the Explore package rotates. And I think it's going to be a very fun card that I'm excited to see coming soon. Quick word for our sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. Please check out coolstuffinc.com for Magic cards, accessories, board games, and they live up to the name, Cool Stuff. Promo code CGB5 for 5% off your order. This hand is a bit slow. It's on the play, which is nice, but it also doesn't have a cavalcade. I think I have to be more aggressive than this. And there we go. It's a good keep. Now, am I bottoming a land? Or am I bottoming something like the Tin Street Dodger? That's a little less impact, but works well with the Cavalcade. Or am I bottoming the Spitter, because it doesn't hit? This is a tough bottom, because the 3 lands plus the Scorcher with the Cavalcade is so good. I think I'll keep Dodgy Boy. I think that's the plan. Put Scorched Spitter on the bottom. That way we at least have our first 3 plays. 4th land is the Scorcher as well. But this is tough. This is one of those where I feel like I don't have enough red deck experience to make the right call. So if you play this deck a lot in comments, I would love to know what you would do. Please remember to mention that you play this deck a lot. It's hard for me to always take comments seriously when they don't support themselves with, by the way, I play this all the time and I strongly recommend this and that. Usually the comment is just do this, and I have no idea where it's coming from or who's making this recommendation. That's another Gruul deck. I wonder if somebody made a video maybe about this deck? All right, can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. That's not you. So let's turn you on. Get in there for a point from Cavalcade, a point from Dodger. Light the stage. 2 light the stages and a Skewer the Critics. That's a timely skewer for sure. Let's get that Zartog Goblin off the board. Prevent our opponent from having that battlefield presence. There's that big Spellbreaker again. Alright. Let's unleash the Scorcher. I forgot to look hard, but I wonder if I'm playing the same opponent. I'll have to check the videotape to be sure. Anyway, their draw panned out a little better this time if it is the same player. It's at least a very similar deck. And I hate losing that light up the stage, I'm not kidding. But I think you just turn them sideways and get there with this deck. The Gruul deck will have bigger creatures and a better battlefield. So you gotta get there. Right now this takes them to 5, this takes them to 3. Let's just hold and go and try to dissuade the attack. Skargan Hellkite, the attack will not be dissuaded. With the +1/+1 counter, the Hellkite can start picking off our 1/1, so this is attacking next turn for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. God, we're so close to death. Another shock isn't good enough. Turn them sideways. If our opponent, what we're trying to do is set it up so that the opponent would take all the damage because they could strike back for lethal, but instead they blocked with the Druid. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14. Should not be dead here. So let's hold the shock. We just need to draw a point of damage. There's a lot of good draws in the deck that can get there now. Alright. Are we there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then 15, 16. We have to do this. And it's too bad. Oh no, does the opponent have something else? A Collision Colossus, perhaps. Another. Oh my goodness. Well, we were insanely dead anyway. Ouch. Nice turning the corner by the Gruul deck. I like that. That was a good one. All right. I mean, 1-drop, 2-drop. What more can you ask for in your life? And we're on the play. Let's dance. This here mountain will be your demise. So get him for 1 or have steamies. Always tough, but I think on the play we can go with the Spitter. It's very unlikely our opponent's also going to 1-drop us immediately. But let's find out. Godless Shrine. Somebody's like, Esper, please. I wants the Espers. Well, this hand has no card advantage. It's just going face. And without Experimental Frenzy to sort of steal games, this is a lot of the new way that we're going to do red things. Now you're going to see the awkwardness of Skewer the Critics. If I could play it first main and pump my Steamkin, it'd be so much better. And this could be one of the cases where, honestly, this could be one of the situations where you just maybe either don't play Steamkin or don't play Skewer. But we'll see. It all depends on if we can find more ways to do more damage with this deck. So, all face all the time. Let's we need to be too strong for Cry of the Canarium here. Oh, it's Teferi. So this is one of the ways to beat the villain of Dominaria, Teferi Time Raveler. It's just be too fast. All right, come on, land off the top. Let's do it. If I sacrifice this is 1-2. If I play this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, get our opponent to 1. If I play this, sacrifice, activate, put a counter on it, that's the same thing. So it's not really worth it. I think we have to anticipate a Kaya's Wrath here. Oath of Kaya is also a big problem, though. One thing I can't really do is let my opponent untap with the Teferi Plus, because then Kaya's Wrath can be instant speed, which can really throw us off. So we'll go here, we'll go here. And we can make the opponent Wrath this board. Like I said though, Oath of Kaya is so bad because it sets us all the way back. I think we still need to threaten. So I'm going to put the Steamkin back down and pass the turn. If the opponent Wraths, if we draw the land, we scamp and win. Okay. And if we don't, we Scorch. So yeah, there is Oath of Kaya. But land is still lethal. Land is lethal, Skewer is lethal. Frenzy is lethal. Okay. Not Frenzy, Spitfire. And down goes Espa. Hiya. Please check out hauntedflower.com for officially licensed Magic the Gathering apparel and accessories. Promo code CGB gets you 10% off your order. They make great gifts for the Magic player in your life. Hauntedflower.com. We draw a land. This hand is so good. If we draw a land. Ooh. But it's not broken by any means, and on the draw, well, you really want Shock on the draw, and Skewer. You just want to be able to kill the opponent's things if they come out with a really good start, and then you can rebuild if they stumble. But I just don't know if I can keep a 1-lander in my 18-land deck. Sometimes you're supposed to. Sometimes you're supposed to. This might be one of those times. On the draw, I mean, I get my EXP points if I win this. I get nothing if I lose. I have to start over. Let's try it. Gotta trust your gut. White mana. First time I've seen white mana today. Not true. Just played Esper. I forget Esper is white. Feels like a Dimir deck to me. Blue-white. Interesting. With mana open. Could be a veto. Regardless. Play like they have nothing. Derp? Derpy derp? It is a veto. Bringing counters back. All right. bold in the Time Raveler meta. And here's a main phase Anticipate, maybe digging for a land. That's how I would play that. Steamy. Steamy boy. On time. A little late, but would have been nice to play this through the Dovin's Veto last turn. And our opponent sticks to these lands. Looks like an Absorb. Regardless, we want to cast our stuff. If our opponent's missing land drops, their Sweeper won't be online anytime soon. And if they're going to use an Absorb, let's make them use it on this little 1-cost Scorch Skid thingy-majiggy. Plus it still grows up our Steamkin. So we get all this creature damage in while we can. Good old blue-white. Ugh. I want to try the deck, but I'm so cynical. I just don't think it will be good. Okay. Kefnet in the house. How do we get rid of you? Shock Face. Skewer Keffi. Shock Keffi. Away with you. It's a lot of burn to throw away on the God Eternal, but the alternative of not getting this damage in is just asking too much for me. 1 point of damage off the top, and we got this. Fingers crossed. Mobilized District. Yeah. Murmuring Mystic. That's fresh, but not good enough. Let's make the mana play around Spell Pierce, and game over, man. Opponent can't bear to see it happen. Crush those EXP points. Crush those daily wins. Getting Mythic, holy cow. Hit me with a Rawlisk. Dig it. Alright, this is going to sound nitpicky, but it's 100% true. I've gotten so used to like one-click gaming. Click, click, get in a game. This is actually starting to infuriate me. Go to every time that you win 2 or lose 1, go to ranked, go to start, go to choose, hit your deck, hit submit, hit play. It's like 3 times as many clicks for your gaming. 3 times as many clicks. What madness is that? Who does that? Wizards. Come on. Let's go. Why the heck not? Why not? Plenty of client lag suddenly kicking up on me. Gonna have to restart the client. Restart the game. Not this game I'm in, the game of Magic. Scry to top with your temple. Alright. Let's get the pressure on. We're going to be looking for that top deck land, and we're gonna need it. And go. Interesting, interesting. Boom. So, play into a counterspell. Probably just a growth spiral. Nobody runs negate, right? Right? Don't do it. Good boy.
Don't start any fires without me. Oh, they're so cute.
Just trying to attack you for 6. Here comes Trickster. Very Vandal. Okay. Flash, whenever you draw your second card. Oh, this is the other new card that's in the set. I didn't have this in my video. In the early part of this video. Flash flying, whenever you draw the second card each turn, put a counter on the Vandal. So, yeah. Opponent's trying out Simic Flash. I am ready for that. I am here for it. I am ready to light things ablaze. This is 8 damage. If the opponent takes the hits, well, they gain a life from their Thornwood Falls. But do they dare attack the Chandra? That's a good question. We don't think they have a negate based on previous turns, or if they did, they had to top deck it, which you kind of take that gamble.
I'm telling Mother Ludi on you.
I do think that Essence Capture is very likely. Anyway, I don't think I'm going for Steamkin.
Go get him, buddies.
I think we want the face. See if the opponent makes a play here. We can... And the damage is going through. Wow. Maybe I do go for Steamkin. If the opponent has Essence Capture, I can kill the Vandal. And then the pressure is off my Chandra. But we only need one more damage to kill him. Yeah, let's go for it. Essence Capture? No. What are they doing? This might just be radical idea to grow the Vandal. Let's just hold up the shock. I'm confident we can find more damage next turn. Sailor. Okay. That can be three. That's still not enough to kill the Chandra, so I'm going to keep hanging on to shock. And try to draw the opponent into a play where they try to plus their Vandal and attack down the Chandra. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we can cast all three. But, and there's the play. And that's game. Sucked him into the trap. Gilded Goose is a new card coming in Throne of Eldraine. For 1 green, you get a 0/2 bird that is rare. Flying, when Gilded Goose enters the battlefield, create a food token. A food token is an artifact. You can sacrifice the artifact to gain 3 life. You probably saw them in the Brawl event. For 1 in a green, you can create another food token, and you can sacrifice a food and add 1 mana of any color. So we got a new Llanowar Elf type effect. It is rare. So goodbye wild cards, rip wild cards. And it has to have food in order to produce the mana. So on its own, this is a one-shot Llanowar Elf. It can recreate food tokens, and obviously the power level of this card is going to change dramatically depending on how much food is available in the format. Cheap food, there is an egg right now that's 2 mana, draw a card, and can be sacrificed as a food. But is there something that's like 1 mana or 0 mana foods that you can put on the battlefield to have small effect to continue using the Goose to ramp? That's going to make a big difference in how good the card is. But the odds are that the card is very good. The fact that early in the game, it's a mana ramp. Late in the game, it is on its own a life gain engine. 3 life per food is a big deal. And if you fall behind with this thing, you can just start gaining 3 life a turn if you have nothing else to do with mana, and you're a big mana deck anyway, waiting to draw your awesome card. Using 4 mana to gain 3 life a turn can help you recover. It makes it really hard for a red deck to burn you out without a battlefield presence. And the card is a 0/2, so it can block 1 power creatures, so it saves you a little bit of life that way as well. The card's definitely very good and something I'm going to be trying very early on. I like the flavor. It's a very shiny goose, 100%. And I think the card is a slam dunk for green decks who are going to be missing Llanowar Elf and want even more ways to ramp besides Incubation Druid, Paradise Druid, Leafkin Druid, the whole Druid clan. So looking forward to getting some Gilded Gooses in Throne of Eldraine. 1, 2, maybe 3, 4. I declare Thumb War. Make it rain crumbs. Man, that's a loud grunty noise for a little goblin, but I guess you gotta have something. Opponent's life total decreasing rapidly. 2 green, nothing. Alright, let's be try-hard about it. Smash, smash, smash. Why think about plays when you can just smash things? Green, blue, Risen Reef. Yep. The reef is still here. Opponent just couldn't mulligan a hand with the Reef. We're drawing land, and way too much of it, I might add. What you got? Of course they keep the Reef. Down to 6. Let's see if the opponent can come back. Nissa. All right.
Surges through these lands. Behold, nature's true power.
3/3 coming at you. And okay. Block, block, take 3. Not good enough. 18 land deck, guys. Anybody else feel sabotaged here? We should hang on to our tokens because we could draw a Cavalcade of Calamity. So we kept a 3-land, 4-spell hand. We've drawn 4 lands in a row off the top. Hard to anticipate. Hard to prepare for. Hard to comprehend. But I'm sure that you red aggro players have this happen all the time. Me, I just never draw them. Hydroid Krasis? Is it time?
The land fights for us.
If it's Hydroid Krasis, we probably lose. If it's not, we still have a chance. Okay. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Cavalcade off the top can be worth 5, 6 with the 10 Street Dodger. Not good enough. There's Vivian Arcbow.
I have survived.
Yeah, baby.
And I will survive you.
Our opponent, though, does go... Oh, okay, you're fighting. Okay. They are low on blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Cavalcade. They left themselves dead to a Cavalcade, I think. Or no, they're at 8. Never mind. Well. You. So close, but so far. Actually, leave the Reef. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They win. Down to 1. Behold land. We'll flex on them for the funds. So I'm guessing they have another Hydroid Krasis, or you never make that play. And it's smart. The difference between 1 and 2 isn't enough.
My, how you've grown.
Okay. Opponent, weird flex, but okay. They want that. Because your Risen Reef doesn't do enough. You have to have a little more in there. Nice. Yeah. Why not? Doing the thing. I said I was going to restart the client. I forgot. And now I feel it. Like the second you get in a game and you touch your cards and nothing happens. Ugh. I blame the winged cat. Just eats up too much RAM. Gates? Maybe. Gates is going to have a problem. They're going to need the right answer at exactly the right time here. This little dude is a lightning bolt to turn with the Cavalcade around. Plaza of Harmony. Okay. It's on. And our opponent has the ramming speed. So, they would need another gate and a Gates Ablaze to remove the Spitfire, which I think that makes Spitfire the play. The other move could be another Cavalcade. And another Cavalcade with a Tin Street Dodger can get in some damage this turn, but I think that can wait. Let's go for broke. There's also the question, do we bluff with this Scorch Spitter? The opponent might not block it. And they're at 20. We probably need this bluff. We probably need this bluff, don't we? That said, I think the opponent will block. What do you guys think? It's ranked, but like whenever there's no stakes, like unranked, they definitely don't block. Here, I think they definitely do. If you're not blocking against red, what are you doing? But that's gonna always be a question of like whether or not to bluff that. I'm honestly going to be thinking about it for days. Plaza. Spiral. Does, okay. We do have 3 gates, but that's a giveaway that we're not facing Gates Ablaze yet. I think the opponent would have removed this. 3 plazas? We're gonna need 1,000,000 damage. At least the on the bright side, the Gatebreaker Ram isn't as huge as it could be. So what's the play? Do we play Acolyte of Flame and then light up the stage? Or do we play Dodgy Boy and a second Calamity, making Chandra even stronger next turn? I think we'll go this way. And then we'll light up the stage after it. The opponent's impressed. Triggers! Got him. Just got him. Why do lethal math? Math is for blockers, and the math doesn't look good for you. Just, holy crap. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. I can't get over it. Neither can the opponent. The Stone Cold Rope. 3 plazas of harmony. Don't care. Just don't care. Oh, tell me they were holding a Gates Ablaze too. That would be the ultimate. Feels bad. Oh. Oh. I'm so evil. Let's take a look back at the deck and talk about some changes. Change number 1. I really want this card in the deck. Legion Warboss. Not sure how many. It's kind of a tough one. You expect to pay 1 for the light up the stage and skewers, so we don't want to make our 3 drops look too crowded. At the same time, it is a lot of 3 drops. So maybe I go something like this. Loved Chandra. Don't want to change that. Skewer the Critics was a bit awkward at times, and I do think it may need to be trimmed. I loved Heartfire every time I drew it. You didn't get to see it very often. On the I lost most like it's gonna be awkward. I lost the games where I drew Heartfire, but it kept me in the games, and I don't think that they were very good games overall. But anyway, I do want to try more Heartfire, especially in a deck that makes a lot of creatures to sacrifice. Runaway Steamkin. Are you? I don't know if you belong. I think we just want more 1-drops, to be honest. Same thing with the Thunderkin Awakener, just a little too bad. I think what we want is the vampire kind of old school white weenie start, which is you just want to play 1-drop, 1-drop, 1-drop on turn 2. Maybe that's where we run more skewers and torch couriers. Let's go over here. Yeah, I think what I'd try for my next set of games would be 3 torch courier, 3 skewer the critics, maybe 4 Heartfire is a bit much. Maybe we can trim that a little. We have more 3-drops, so we could go to 19 mountains. Maybe that will just feel a little bit better. And something like this, although I did flood a good amount today. This deck doesn't have the same card draw without Experimental Frenzy. Maybe that's the card that I should just throw one of in, a Chandra or a Frenzy. There are a lot of 3-drops though for Frenzy, which makes Frenzy much clunkier. Like the last version really only had Goblin Chain Whirler and maybe the occasional War Boss. 3-drops, as soon as, like 1-drops and 2-drops, your Frenzies are great. As soon as you get into 3-drops, they're not as good. So I think what I would try first is Big Chandra. Yeah, I think that's where I would go. I'll try this version a few times, but again, this is a first impressions video. I'm not saying the deck's perfect, and I'm probably the last person in the world that can brew up the perfect mono red on first try, as I'm a control player most of the time. So by all means, if you are a red player, a red aficionado, and you want to post your deck list in the comments for others, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching this video. I plan to play a lot of Ranked Standard 2020 over the next few weeks. A new meta is far more exciting than an old meta, in my opinion. So put your Ranked 2020 brews or your Standard 2020 brews in Discord. Excuse me. In my Discord server, which is free to join under Dex. If you want to tag me there, that's fine. You can also put them in comments, but I'm more likely to see them on Discord. I really want to know what you guys are playing and what you're interested in seeing for this event. Also, let me know what you think of the new video format. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.